What's up, guys? Welcome to Cinco Symposium. So, with the Kanye, or Ye, and it's not Ye, it's Ye, the Ye and Timcast whole debacle that's been going on and has actually been one of my more successful videos that people have engaged in and commented on a lot. So, I wanted to go back into it and do a deeper dive, do a deeper analysis, because some of the things I'm hearing from people is, oh, they didn't let him talk enough. They kept cutting him off. And I did not get that from watching it through the first time. I didn't get that. I think people that are critical of this don't watch Tim enough. They don't watch his show. They don't understand that it's usually at least a 4 to 5 person round table that's a discussion amongst people. And it's people talking, it's sharing ideas from different places. I mean, yes, and Tim usually is one of the, he takes up more of the time, and it's his show. And he's usually good at asking questions and kind of pushing back on people. But so anyway, I wanted to go back through it and just rewatch it to make sure that I knew what I was talking about and that what I thought was right or whatever. But so I went through and I broke it down. And so Ye walks off at 21:11 is when Tim says, "You leaving?" That's when he stood up and to leave. So we got 21 minutes and 11 seconds. Now I went through, and about the 3:20 mark was kind of when Tim got through the intros. So 3 minutes 20 seconds in, we get through the intros, and then that's kind of when he brought up the article from the Hill about the whole dinner and Trump having supper with Nazis and all that stuff. Well, so then we kind of get into it, and Ye talks for the majority of the time. He starts going on into stories, and he's talking about different things. And then, I mean, like I said, he doesn't really mention a whole lot about he doesn't say anything of substance to really let me know what's going on about how he's targeting. And then so I got it marked 10:51, and to show that he was laughing, Kanye was laughing, having a good time, making jokes. It wasn't that Tim was just coming after him, or it was like a hostile interview or something like that.
With Jamie, and I start complaining.
Here's at 10:51
online, and then they debank me.
He's talking about the debanking story.
And so I'm about to get debanked. They're like, you need to go to Trump's, the bank, AXO, whatever. You got to go. And I'm like, I've been trying to buy my own bank for the longest. And then we figured out how to get my own bank. It's like 50 million.
So he's talking about being debanked, but I don't know by who. I don't know who's trying to debank him. I don't know what he's saying. He's going on, and at this point, it's around 11 minutes. He's talked for about 4 minutes and 45 seconds of the conversation, so he's got the majority right then. And then he kind of keeps going on, and he mentions he's talking about fashion. He mentions fashion, and he mentions something about LeBron, and was wanting to go into there. I'm sorry, he didn't. I said he said a joke there. He didn't. Or he was kind of laughing right there, but then he makes a joke at 12:39. So
President in jail, I found out I could. So I was like, okay, yeah. That's fine.
So they're all laughing. He's laughing.
Okay.
It's a good time.
If you were Jeffrey Epstein, they wouldn't touch your bank account. They would allow you to break the rules, regulations, just like J.P. Morgan and.
So he's laughing, having a good time. It's not a hostile interview. It's not like Tim's coming. They're having a good time. And Luke kind of starts talking there in support of him, and then it's right here
just like Deutsche Bank did. So there is an issue to bring up with that. But when it comes to the race stuff, I think this is an important discussion to have because I
have to complete this thought. You guys got to.
Okay, go ahead.
So he wants to complete the thought.
Talking about,
and so then he continues
on.
on.
Out that they were
he
trying
continues
to put
on
me in
talking
prison this morning. Watch this.
And then he starts going into this whole tax story of the 75 million that they at different points that they're taking them. Then at 14 minutes, he's talking about, being rich.
And it was always you go from one handler to the next handler to the next handler. So now I'm having, I get, we're not going to use the S word just because it's just
But he's talking the whole time. And then at 15 minutes, he's going on a story about his trainer that that was doing stuff. I don't, like I said, I don't even know what he's trying to say, but something about his trainer, and then like Luke clarifies that he was like an MK Ultra guy from Canada or something like that, and then at 16:05, you got Milo kind of comes in talking about like how they treated Brittany because he's going on the story about getting his lithium and how they're trying to drug him and keep him down. And then at 17:56, Kanye's talking about Trump. And then it was, I think it's an interesting quote that at 18:22, he says he's the only person that deserves to run for president.
To run the country, because everyone else, your boy DeSantis, Trump, whoever they raise in a petri dish over on the Democrat side is going to play the game.
Look,
and, like,
here's what I was trying to get to. I
makes me the only American that we
18,
know that really deserves to run the country, because
he's the only one that deserves to run the country. Okay? And then like Tim kind of comes in there and like basically is like, listen, like I get it, but I don't agree. And then he goes into like, I don't care about your opinion. I don't care.
Bro,
I don't care.
I lost. They tried to put me in jail. They blocked $2 billion I had. Is going to ask your opinion on it. You jumped into it.
But
I don't care about your opinion. I like your opinion on how we win an election.
So I want your opinion on this, but I don't want your opinion on this. Even though it's a discussion panel, I don't care what you have to say. I'm on your show because I just want to say what I want to say, and I don't want to have any pushback. That's not a good look. Like it's supposed to be Timcast is a discussion show. And then it kind of seems to get a little bit heated right there, but even at 1934, he's still kind of like giggling and laughing at a point.
IP, so my children could.
Well, it's where he gets also. He's like, I have 7 thoughts at one time.
I'm sorry. Just sometimes I think about 7 thoughts at one time, because anything I see, I come up with like 7 answers to it, and then just choose what it is. But
see, like he's giggling. He's not insanely upset. Like it's not a hostile environment. And then it's at 21:11 is when he gets up and leaves. So I sat there with the timer and went through this whole discussion. And in that discussion of 21 minutes minus, I give 21 minutes minus 3 minutes and 20 seconds of intros. That's, like it has nothing to do. So in about an 18-minute period, Ye talked for 13 minutes and 15 seconds. So according to my calculations, that's about 70% of the time. 70% of the time that this video happened, that this discussion was happening, he talked for 70% of the time with mild little interruptions, which some supported his idea, which some was Milo talking about Britney Spears also, having drugs given to her and being kept down. Some was Luke talking about giving more clarification on the story that Ye was trying to talk about his train or whatever. But this is a discussion panel. This is people talking. They're having a conversation. It's back and forth. It's not the idea. It's not a sit down and interview process. That's not what Tim does for a show. If you think that's how it was supposed to go, that's not how he operates. You don't watch Timcast if that's what you thought. And I like it because I don't like interviews. You get, and when it comes to an interview, you get bullshit discussions, just like the debate with the presidents or the presidential debate or any kind of debate. Usually it's just they get a 20-second answer and it's bullshit and it doesn't mean anything. I like stuff like this where it's actually a discussion. It's people sitting down and talking to one another, just like Joe Rogan. I get so much more out of Joe Rogan having a good guest on and talking for 2 hours. And that's what could have happened here. But Ye couldn't handle like a modicum of pushback. And then he makes weird like I said, I still don't understand who is after him, other than some Jewish people. That's it. The Jews are just out to get him, and he has he's not giving good examples. He's not articulating his thoughts well. He's not doing well with any pushback. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. It doesn't give me confidence in the guy. And then like for him to say, I'm the only person that deserves to run for president, like, what? Why? Like, why do you think that because some people have tried to shut you down? Guess what? A lot of people have they've tried to shut a lot of people down. I don't know. But I went through it, and if you're saying that he was just cut off all the time, and if you're saying that he that he didn't get a chance to speak his mind. He literally had 5 people on a discussion. 5 people were in this discussion. He talked 70% of the time. He couldn't handle a little pushback. Looks weak. It looks weak. He needs some mental fortitude. But that's my deeper dive analysis on this. And it even furthers, it more cements my conclusion that Ye is said nothing of any value and can't handle a little bit of pushback. It wasn't even like criticism. Tim wasn't saying like, oh man, you're so anti-Semitic. He brought up an article that was calling him anti-Semitic and was like, hey, we're going to talk about this. I want you to get into what happened at the dinner. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't handle it. So there's that. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, share, subscribe, and until next time, y'all have a wonderful day.